get back to Japanese markets and a man who's been rather bullish and very bullish over the years. Ed Rogers, CEO of Rogers Investment Advisors, joins us this morning from New York. Ed, gambare Nihon, right? So where can you make money in Japanese markets this year?
Well, Japanese equities are looking like a very exciting place. Going back to last fall, really, August, September, October, we put out a note saying there are going to be three factors that really affect the Japanese equities markets this year: a moderate U.S. recovery, a soft landing in China, and a significant spend on the recovery, rebuild spend from the Japanese government. All those pieces have fallen into place, helped by actually movement, obviously, in the dollar-yen, a weaker yen. And what we're seeing is the equities market respond very nicely.
Yeah, and also a boost from the central bank as well. You got some extra stimulus there coming from the BOJ. But the pick sectors for me, what looks good? I mean, can you name names as well?
Well, we're not into where I come from, touting individual stock names. Look, across the board, a number of sectors look very positive. Exporters in general are doing quite well. Everybody who's predicated upon, they might have calculated the dollar-yen at 75, 77, 78. Every incremental weakness in the yen is very, very strong for those exporters that built in some assumptions of a much, much stronger yen. You're seeing the recovery in autos, globally. You see the U.S. market on a run rate for 15 to 16 million units, up from a low of 11.5 million. That's great for Japanese car manufacturers. Fantastic. Better for some than others, but right. Again, a moderate U.S. recovery is fueling a lot of Japanese growth.
Yeah, so I guess you're taking a closer look at those big exporting names. What about the risk, though, of investor confidence being shaken? We're talking about the AIJ case. Yesterday, we had the AIJ president saying and admitting that he ordered the falsification of these fund performances and lost about over $1 billion worth of clients' cash. Add on top of that, of course, what happened in the past with Olympus, and, people might have lost a little bit of confidence in corporate Japan.
Sure. This is a very serious issue. And, funnily enough, a non-financial services professional, my father-in-law, hit the nail on the head last night. He said, look, the SEC and regulators need to take note of what the NFL is doing, just to throw some acronyms out there. The National Football League has suspended for 1 year Sean Payton, a Super Bowl caliber coach from the New Orleans Saints, and they're putting draconian measures in place to punish a team that's been a bad player. The SEC, Japanese regulators, global regulators need to get on the ball here. Identify the people who've fouled up the system. Those individuals, those companies responsible, prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, restore faith in the system. Restore faith that the global financial services system, not just Japan, the United States, Europe, why aren't we seeing more people from Lehman Brothers, from Countrywide Financial, people who've caused these tremendous problems, why aren't we seeing them be thrown in jail, having their wages garnished, being forced to sell $20 million homes and make restitution to investors? I believe the Japanese government is actually going to come down very hard on people if they're identified as being bad players, and they are going to restore faith in the Japanese financial services system.